Hello and welcome to our street food video, this time in South Korea, the epicenter of the world's finest street food. Today, we'll be discovering the process of making delicious chicken burgers with a spicy kick. We should make sure to get some high-quality, freshly baked buns to use for our delicious chicken burgers. This will enhance the overall taste and texture of the burgers and making them even more enjoyable to eat. This particular vendor has a unique approach to branding his products. He is using a special heated stamp which he carefully presses onto the surface of the top bun, leaving behind a clear and distinct impression of his logo. This adds an extra touch of personalization and helps to set his products apart from the others in the market. It is important to always use fresh chicken when preparing meals. Make sure to clean the chicken thoroughly, removing any excess fat or unwanted parts and rinsing it well under running water. This will help to ensure that the chicken is free from any harmful bacteria or contaminants and will result in a more delicious and healthy meal. Now we will make the crispy batter for our chicken. Start by slicing some fresh and juicy lemons and squeezing the juice into a mixing bowl. Next, add in some milk, eggs, salt, pepper, your choice of herbs, and a touch of sugar and vinegar. Whisk everything together until well combined, making sure to incorporate all of the ingredients. Once you have prepared your mixture of wet ingredients, carefully pour it into a large bowl containing flour. Using a spoon or spatula, gently stir the mixture until it is fully incorporated and no lumps of flour remain. This will create a smooth and homogeneous batter, ready to be used by the chef. Pour this batter onto the chicken, ensuring all the meat is well coated. Combine paprika, curry powder, flour, brown sugar, and water. Whisk everything together until well combined and the sugar has dissolved. This marinade is perfect for adding a kick of heat and flavor to the meat. After the dry ingredients, it's time to add in the wet ingredients. Crack an egg into the bowl, then add in some tomato paste, vinegar, and oil. Whisk everything together until well combined, making sure to fully incorporate all the ingredients. This mixture will add moisture to our dish. Now, carefully pour it into the bowl and voila! Now it's time to make the coleslaw. We start by preparing the vegetables. Peel and grate the carrots, finally shred the cabbage, and thinly slice the onions. Place them in a large mixing bowl and set aside. These fresh and crunchy vegetables will form the base of our delicious coleslaw. Next, add a generous amount of mayonnaise to a bowl and add sugar, salt, pepper, and lemon juice. Mix thoroughly and add to the vegetables prepared earlier. Now, back to the chicken. In the kitchen, the chef is busy at work preparing the chicken for cooking. These juicy, flavorful sandwiches are the perfect combination of tender chicken and fresh toppings, all nestled between two soft buns. Whether you prefer your chicken grilled, fried, or roasted, there's a chicken burger out there for everyone. And with so many delicious variations to choose from, it's no wonder that chicken burgers have become a staple on menus everywhere. Add the chicken to the deep fat fryer. Now, let's focus on the preparation of the buns. Warm the buns so they are golden brown and slightly crunchy on the outside. Remove the chicken from the oven and place on the buns along with some delicious fillings. For some added heat, dip chicken in our spicy sauce that we made earlier. And now, the mouth-watering chicken burgers are ready to be served to our hungry customers in Korea. Now we stay in South Korea, where we'll be exploring the best method for preparing Texas-style barbecue pork. When it comes to barbecue, many people believe that cooking over a wood fire is the best way to achieve that delicious smoky flavor. The heat from the burning wood infuses the meat with a rich, complex taste that is hard to replicate with other cooking methods. And the aroma of the wood smoke adds an extra layer of flavor, making every bite of your barbecue even more enjoyable. When starting a fire for barbecue or grilling, it can be helpful to use some charcoal to get things going. Charcoal is easy to light and burns hot, providing a strong and steady heat source for your fire. Simply arrange the charcoal in a pile, light it, and wait for it to become fully ignited. Once the charcoal is burning well, you can add your wood or other fuel to the fire, and you'll be ready to start cooking in no time. In the kitchen, the chef is carefully selecting the cuts of pork that he will use for the dishes. He chooses lean cuts with just the right amount of fat to add flavor and moisture to the meat. These cuts are trimmed and prepared with care, ensuring that they will cook evenly and result in a tender and delicious meal. By using lean cuts of pork, the chef is able to create a dish that is both healthy and satisfying, packed with flavor and nutrition. Add some mustard to the meat and spread evenly on all sides. Marinating pork is an important step in creating a delicious and flavorful dish. A good marinade not only adds flavor to the meat, but it also helps to tenderize it, making it more juicy and succulent. By allowing the pork to soak in the marinade for several hours or even overnight, the flavors have time to penetrate deep into the meat, infusing every bite with deliciousness. And with so many different marinades to choose from sweet and tangy to spicy and savory, there's no limit to the flavor combinations you can create. So next time you're cooking pork, don't forget to marinate it first. Your taste buds will thank you. Now, the chef will add some fresh herbs, also coated evenly on the meat. Repeat this process on pork shoulder, the best cut of pork for pulled pork. Now we move on to the pork ribs. Carefully remove any fat from the meat. Repeat the process again for the ribs. Next, we'll place the ribs in a preheated wood fire oven. Remember to top up the wood to maintain an even temperature throughout the cooking process. When the meat is almost cooked through, carefully remove it from the heat and wrap it in brown paper. This will help to lock in the heat and moisture, allowing the meat to continue cooking gently as it rests. Wrapping the meat in brown paper also helps to protect it from drying out, ensuring that it remains juicy and tender. After a few minutes of resting, the meat will be perfectly cooked and ready to be sliced and served. Place back into the oven to complete the cooking process. Remove from the oven and chop the ribs. As we can see, the meat is tender and juicy and slides easily off the bone. Next, remove the pork shoulder from the oven and wrap it in tinfoil. Put back in the oven to finish cooking. Now this is where the magic happens. Using gloves, simply pull the meat apart into small pieces. This will give us our pulled pork. Next up, remove the first pork cut from the oven and take off the brown paper covering. As we can see, the meat is perfectly tender and juicy. The final step for our barbecued pork is to marinate in a flavorful sauce and add the barbecue to achieve that lovely barbecue flavor. We can serve with barbecued corn on the cob, coleslaw, and other delicious side dishes. Now, isn't that a plate to make your mouth water? Finally, let's take a look at some other side dishes, such as this delicious corn on the cob and deep-fried mushrooms. Well, that's about it for today. Hope you learned something new in our video. We hope to see you again. And if you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be notified about when our next video is posted. Bon appetit!